Hey guys, welcome back. Thought I'd show off a cool score from the markets yesterday. Don't often go to the markets, but I did. Anyway, a large Forex gold sign. Metal, kind of an iconic Queensland brand. Everyone loves Forex. A bit like Bundy rum, you know, in Queensland, very collectible. So they had a couple hundred on it at the markets, but I got it for $150. I'm going to put it up for sale for $300. So see how we go. I think, you know, the condition isn't great, but that's also kind of cool. So it doesn't look like it was made yesterday. So yeah, see how we go. Thought it was a cool score at the markets. So here's another item from the markets. Now, picked this up for 20 bucks. And if you know anything about old tools, old hand planes are definitely a collectible thing. And also there's people out there that want to get into the old-fashioned way of making stuff. So this is a Stanley, great company, recognized in Australia, but I think was originally started in the USA. So Stanley, and this particular one is made in England, so still very good quality. And this one is a number 6. So all the Stanley products are of numbers. Planes started at number 1, and I think the largest one I've ever seen is an 8, which was huge. So the bigger they are, made for longer pieces of wood, because if you use a little plane on a big piece of wood, it can get wobbles in it, whereas if you use a really large one on big pieces, you're getting nice smooth lines. So I picked this up at the markets for $20, which is a very, very solid price. We put it up for $100 on eBay, and someone asked if I'd take 95 bucks for it, so I thought, yep, totally, that's a sale. So yep, old wood planes are definitely collectible. This is also a pretty cool item I thought we could show off. This is an old fire extinguisher, very old fire extinguisher. So it's made of copper or brass, hence you can see the green corrosion on there. It's a good way to notice the old copper ones. The later ones didn't have the brass badge on it like that one, and that one does. So it's an early one, and also these studs are a good way to recognize the much earlier ones. So this, it probably $100, something like that, is what we're going to end up getting for it. So it's not worth heaps of money, but still, it's a very cool thing. And often you can pick these up as a scrap metal item and pay scrap price, but then a collector will want it. Some people like it looking all rustic like this, and then there's other people that go the effort to make this mirror finish, gold polished look about it, which is also appeals to some people as well. So yeah, that's just a nice item to show off. So here's another interesting item that I got from the same guy at the markets, along with the Forex sign, is this old cardboard Forex man. We don't really know anything about this yet as far as age goes or anything like that, but it's got to be pretty old. It looks extremely old, of course. Now, this Forex guy, who's the famous mascot for Forex, was a real guy. He was very short. I think the story is he had some type of disability or something like that. But anyway, he's become completely iconic to the Forex brand. So we're hoping that this might really be worth something. We know the condition isn't great, but the thing about cardboard is that it doesn't last like metal does. I mean, I know guys that have dug up old metal signs buried under the ground, and they're still okay because they're metal. Whereas if this ever got wet once or twice, then that'd be it. Just a piece of rubbish and it would have been thrown out. So the old cardboard and paper advertisements can be worth quite a bit of money just because they didn't survive like other stuff. So we will be putting research into it, seeing what we can find, and I'm sure we'll be able to update what it eventually sold for or was worth. The final thing we'll show off that I've scored in the last week is this old washboard. I have had washboards before, but never quite like this one for a couple of reasons. One is the visual branding up in here. I've had them before with no branding, or the branding is rubbed off like that, because I'm pretty sure this spot would be, when this was sitting, you'd have your sponges, your brushes, and your soap here. And of course, if you've ever seen any old time movie, you'd know that they would rub the clothing up here to loosen up the dirt to wash it. Now the other interesting thing about this is I've never ever seen this glass in my life. I'll show you some other more traditional washboard glass in a second, but this one, it's raised and grooved along there. I've never, even at sort of museum displays and stuff like that, I've never ever seen this type of glass before. So I've sold these for sort of $50 to $70 in the past, but we're thinking because of this one's uniqueness and probably being very early going by the glass that we're hoping it's probably going to be worth more like $150 somewhere there. But just to give you the comparison of the different types of glass, this is washboard glass. Got the grooves in it again. You actually get 3 sizes, sizing the distance between the grooves in it. And I mean, you can find this in windows and cabinets and doors. They call it washboard glass, and I've had those other washboards that have had this washboard glass, but normally the closer together grooves are the ones I've seen in there. So this is, although very old, a lot more common, and that glass in the other one, just never ever seen it before. Great score. Probably if I had my own man cave of items I would keep, this would be one that I would keep. It's just because I've never seen one before. Over and out.